Number 1. Human behavior under high stakes. One of the main themes depicted by Tomodachi game is how human beings behave when the stakes are high. Basically, when there are high amounts of both risk and return involved, under such situations, people are ready to enter into cutthroat competition, deceive and betray each other, change their personalities and even kill each other, which is clearly shown through various examples throughout the series. Number 2. The dark side of money. Money is a commonly used and accepted medium of exchange which is essential to know the value of objects, compare them with each other, and make transactions more efficient. Despite its benefits, some of the negative aspects about money are that it leads to greed, corruption, extortion, and many other such things, which is portrayed really well in the manga, especially towards the end. Number 3. Greed. In simple words, almost all the people, if not all the people, are greedy for something or the other, even if they claim that they aren't. And this greed can take various forms. People apply all sorts of strategies that they can in order to get more and more of what they want. Number 4. Betrayal. Here's the thing. You can be betrayed by anyone. I'm not trying to say that everyone will betray you, but I'm just telling you that everyone can. There can be multiple reasons behind this betrayal. Money, power, love, feelings of altruism, or any other rational and or irrational motives. Anyone can betray you in order to attain any of these things, which is once again perfectly portrayed through the Tomodachi game. Number 5. The importance of strategy. It's always a good thing to have a definite plan in advance along with some contingency plans to back them up. One must also execute these plans perfectly whenever one gets a chance, like how Yuichi does in the manga, in order to have an advantage over his opponents. Number 6. The importance of logical thinking and deduction. We see in the manga how quickly Yuichi figures out the rules of every game as quickly as possible and also finds all sorts of loopholes and hidden rules in the same way. That's how the manga shows you the importance of logical thinking and deduction. And the faster you deduce, the higher the advantage that you're at. Number 7. The importance of understanding human nature. We see how Yuichi figures out everyone's natures and behaviors so perfectly in the game. He can tell exactly when someone's being genuinely nice or fake nice, when someone's genuinely afraid or faking fear, etc. Another key determinant to success is making people feel good about you so that they can be loyal towards you because of how much people remember you based on how you made them feel. But one must also understand people's others' emotions and find a way to use them for one's advantage. Number 8. The duality of human nature. Clearly, all the characters in this manga have at least some sort of a duality or the other. The biggest example being Katagiri Yuichi, the main protagonist himself, of course. The way he adapts according to the situation and switches completely between the genuinely nice guy side and the completely evil guy side is just perfect. The same goes for people in real life as well. Every kind and nice guy or girl has at least some amount of narcissism and evil in him or her, even if that side is just subconscious. Similarly, every weak or shy person might just be the bravest and most resilient person on the inside, and so on. Number 9. The effect of the past on the present and future. A lot of characters in the manga, especially the 5 main friends, have really tragic and horrifying backstories, especially Yuichi, and the past of course has an effect on the present and the future. It's basically an unstoppable series of dominoes. Similarly, many of us in real life have gone through certain incidents in the past which have completely changed our personality and identity in a way that it cannot be reverted to its original state. Number 10. The true nature of friendships. Of course, one cannot talk about Tomodachi game without the Tomodachis in the game. The manga truly questions what friendships are all about, how they're formed, how they're changed, how they're broken, how they're rebuilt, and a lot of other things about friendships. It goes pretty deeply into all these aspects, and I'd even go as far to say that it reveals the truth about friendships and what happens to them under different circumstances. Now I will be speaking a bit about why Katagiri Yuichi is the perfect protagonist for this manga. There are 2 main factors for this. Number 1, an extremely tragic past, and number 2, the perfect duality of Yuichi's nature. His past of course is very tragic and cruel, especially when he figures out that his mother is ready to do anything for the sake of money despite thinking of her as the kindest and nicest person ever and believing in her, which leads him to kill her and her baby. This is nothing but the most horrific foundation of Yuichi's personality, which clearly explains why he behaves the way he does. Speaking of the perfect duality of Yuichi, he just flawlessly switches between being genuinely nice and completely evil throughout the series and the multiple games in it. The most perfect example of this is when he deceives everyone in the final game, but instead of taking the winning amount for himself, he makes Sawaragi win the game and clears off everyone's debts before, of course, going into a deep, dark, and never-ending sleep. He really portrays so many characteristics and sides of the human nature in such a perfect way that it undoubtedly makes him the perfect protagonist for the series. Of course, I gotta speak about the perfect ending for the series as well. It's perfect as everything is resolved, all the debts are cleared, the true masterminds behind the Tomodachi game are found, all the past secrets are revealed, and Yuichi got to end his miserable life while doing good for others in the end. I have nothing much to say about it, except that it was perfect for the series and it was the most logical ending that I could think of. What else could have happened? It's honestly just subject to interpretation. So here are 10 main life lessons that you can learn from Tomodachi game. Number 1, every person has multiple sides to his or her personality and it's inevitable. Number 2, anyone can betray you depending upon the circumstances, so be careful. Number 3, always plan at least 3 steps ahead. Number 4, improve your analytical skills daily in order to have an advantage over others. Number 5, improve your knowledge of human psychology daily in order to have an advantage over others. Number 6, never have a fixed ideology, always be fluid. Number 7, always make sure to be the first one to adapt to a changing situation. Number 8, always be careful of your friends, especially when it comes to personal information. Number 9, competition boosts efficiency. And number 10, there's no definite way of being kind to someone. Thanks for watching.